up, man? Maha Minute, #1 podcast in the universe. Today we got Anderson Flicks. Just fucking excited to do this one, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, good to be here, man.
Yeah, man. So, basically, Anderson's been back and forth between Atlanta and Denver. He actually did work with Migos before they blew up. Crazy ass shit. But yeah, man, just really excited to do this one. We do want to do this one with you.
Definitely, man.
Oh, yeah.
Glad we finally got to do it.
Yeah,
I mean, you're easily the hottest videographer in the city. So.
definitely.
I mean, I don't think I'd want to do it with anyone else. For real.
Just
Appreciate it. The people at home, this is water, by the way, because I'm sipping it fast.
Maha Minute does not condone alcohol drinking.
Yep.
Yeah. So, starting out, talk about your upbringing, man. Like,
Yeah,
how did
so-
you get to where you're at now?
So originally from Atlanta,
Yeah.
and born and raised there, but then my childhood was sort of back and forth from there in Colorado. And then eventually got, just due to life and family and stuff, ended up settling in Georgia for middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And then once I graduated, it's kind of a no-brainer to just really just move where I want to be
Oh, yeah.
and take control of my own life. So that explains why I'm here. But to go back to what you just said about the Migos,
Yeah.
that was 2014, so that was actually the year that I moved out here. So yeah, I graduated high school in 2013,
Yeah.
and then the whole Migos stuff and meeting them, working with them was 2014, summer of 2014.
Yeah.
And then it was like October of 2014, I remember shooting the Trenches video. It was for Skippa to Flippa and Offset. And so I was working with them and Key Motion for a few months over that summer.
Key Motion, is that like...
Shout out to Key Motion.
Is he a videographer out there?
He's a big director down in Atlanta. Shout out to Key Motion Films.
Yeah.
Kind of came up working with him back in Atlanta in 2014. If you want to be technical, it was a situation where I was DPing for him on his sets. So it was his work, his artists, his clients.
Yeah.
And I would run camera, be the camera operator, but he'd sit back and direct. Pretty dope. We just worked as a team for a whole summer. And then like middle October that year, I packed up and moved out here.
Okay, so when you did that with the Migos, was that like before they did that feature with Drake, Versace?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was like right before then, because that was
Right
like
before
high
they
school.
popped.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you think they were gonna pop? Like,
Oh yeah, like everybody knew.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
that was working
For
with them,
real,
everyone in the circle and in the
They were
city.
hard too.
Yeah, it was definitely a time, I'd say, nobody outside of Atlanta knew who they were.
Mhm.
And then even on top of that, no one outside of like the streets of Atlanta knew who they were.
yeah.
So me, myself, being from like North Atlanta, more the suburbs, I wouldn't have even known about them.
Yeah.
Unless I was in the city working with them and linked up with Key Motion. So really cool, it all just landed together. And the last one we had shot was that Trenches music video for Migos and Skippa.
Yeah.
He goes by Flippa now, but that was the last video I shot with them. It was Offset, Skipper, Flippa, Key Motion, myself.
So what part of Atlanta did you grow up in? Because I know you said you lived in two parts, right?
I grew up most of, when I say grew up, I mean most of my childhood.
Yeah.
North Atlanta,
Okay.
like not the city, but
Okay.
then once I graduated high school, moved down to like 5 Points area later that summer.
Okay.
So you worked with some pretty big names going all the way back to 2013. When did you first pick up the camera? When did you first get into this?
Yeah, so actually 2014 would have been that first year.
Okay.
That's when Migos that I
So the
worked.
very
That
first
is
year.
crazy.
Well, no, with anyone big.
Okay.
Yeah. But 2013 would have been the first time I ever shot a music video,
Damn.
and it was
That's
for my
insane.
homie in my senior literature class.
So it just happened that quick.
Yep.
You
So-
just had it.
How did you link up with that director
Well,
in the first place?
Not like, I know what you mean. Like I just
Yeah.
started that quick. It was kind of spontaneous.
Yeah, you kind of
Take a long time to
found
shape
it
it all,
though.
though.
And I mean, how far
Yeah.
you've come, obviously.
Honestly, like if I'm gonna lay out the official way I started shooting music videos, it's because of that friend of mine. He
Yeah.
went by Kato Stacks at the time.
The director, right?
No, he's an artist, a rapper.
Okay.
Like first rapper I'd ever met.
Yeah.
Because he was my homie, you know. But he was like, "Yo, you want to shoot a video?" He kind of just prompted the idea to me. I wasn't gonna say no to it because
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know. You see my posts and stuff. I've been editing videos and on computers and all kinds of stuff. Even shooting skateboarding videos.
Yeah.
Since I was like younger than 10, kind of
Oh, yeah.
my whole
You
life.
used
So
to skate too, right?
yeah, I pretty much skated all my life, and I got really good.
I used to skate too. That's funny.
But I got
I
tired
tried.
of breaking bones. Yeah. Got tired of breaking bones. Man.
Yeah, fuck
that
that.
shit.
Once you're making money and like winning contests and stuff.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I think the peak moment of like me being a teenager skating was doing a skate contest at my local skate park.
Yeah.
Like my parents and family were all there, like people were cheering and stuff. Actually landed a couple tricks during the contest and was proud. Because it's super hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's like the
especially on the
pressure of
spot too.
Oh yeah, dude. It totally makes it different.
How did that Migos connect even happen with the directors?
Through Key Motion.
So,
Actually, it's been so long, I can't remember the
Yeah,
exact
yeah.
way, but I'm pretty sure he was looking for work for something and I had hit him up and reached out.
okay, hell yeah. That's smart though.
That's
you gotta.
sweet, yeah.
That's definitely one of the number one things you gotta do, business wise, marketing wise. Reach out. Honestly, a lot of the shit.
Connect and
Yeah.
network.
A lot of the shit we've been doing, it wouldn't happen if we didn't reach
Sure,
out.
yeah.
Period.
No.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta connect with like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
A lot of people see other people doing what they do as competition, but
Yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day, like if you're truly talented at what you do and you work hard and you've got your ground and the right mindset, like no one's stealing your work, no one's stealing your clientele. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
So I think people get caught up on that, but
Yeah, you gotta collaborate.
That's another
for sure.
thing.
Especially
Yeah.
like if you're some of the hottest people in the city, man, just collab. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Okay, well let's talk about that transition into Colorado.
yeah.
So you said you just packed your bags and you're like, all right. Like, what about Colorado made you just want to come out here so bad?
So yeah, I feel like a lot of people have asked me this,
Yeah, yeah.
but on the record, like it's totally a life thing. You know, I was giving up momentum and potential business back in Atlanta. I was like 18, 19, already working with Migos and stuff. So I missed out on that train. Who knows where that would have gone? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not personally connected with most of the QC Migos people anymore, but like I said, I was focused on life and like just bettering myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that wasn't in my hindsights when I was driving, like I'm leaving that,
Mhm.
it was like I'm looking forward. And
Yeah,
so
yeah. And you gotta do that.
it wasn't completely random like some people might think.
Mhm.
My mom is from here, her side of the family's out here.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of connection to my past and just being here. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
going back to what I told you about my story where I grew up and then ended up staying in Georgia in high school and stuff because of family stuff, it kind of felt like I was trapped somewhere I didn't want to be.
Okay.
Like 100%, yeah.
Well, that's good that you made that life decision
Yeah.
for yourself. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And then like my stepmom and dad, my parents will tell me to this day, they're like, we always saw you ending up in Colorado.
Yeah.
And I'm a big snowboarder and all that,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see that for sure.
Yeah,
Always blow.
definitely.
That shit's dope.
God.
So who are some big artists out here that you've one already worked with and two are looking to work with and want to work with?
Yeah. So I'll just probably name the bigger ones.
Okay.
You said like who I've worked with too, right?
Yep. Who
The
you've
first?
already
Okay.
worked with?
So DNA Picasso's dope, super dope.
Yeah.
Shot a good couple videos with him.
Just dropped that video.
DNA Picasso,
That shit
PS
hot.
Micros, Napalm. We just dropped a video, all three of them together.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I
Super
saw
dope. I never actually sought out working with Napalm because I know that he's got such that direct
that. Yeah.
relationship with Jacob,
Yeah.
Jacob Fillmore, and he's super dope, young creator out
Yeah,
here too. So,
definitely. He's making moves too. I see
Yeah.
him like working on some commercials and shit.
oh yeah, like traveling and stuff, super
Yeah.
dope. Always cool to see young creators out here.
Fuck
Killing
yeah.
it.
I remember him telling me he got past a joint from Wiz.
Napalm.
No,
Jacob.
Oh,
Jacob.
I'm sure.
Wiz, I think he was helping direct
That's
something.
wild.
He didn't go too in depth, but I mean, that must be a crazy feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's how it works with artists that I'm more close to.
Yeah.
Actually have a real relationship is they'll hit me up and they'll be like, yo, I just know I need a new video. I want a new video.
Yeah, yeah.
Pick the record because like I trust your creative vision. So.
Definitely.
And who are you looking to work with?
Right. AP. Call me
Okay,
AP.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
call
he's
him AP.
hard, bro. Get
And-
on the Maha Minute, AP. Jesus.
Yo.
He's so
And get
hard.
a
Got
little
you.
flick in with Anderson.
Yo.
Definitely.
Oh, we've been talking. It's just scheduling and
Yeah.
timing and real
Understandable.
busy. But he just dropped something today, or it was the promo for it or something. He's got a tape coming out called Who or something. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out AP.
Yep.
Let's
Shout
see,
out.
who else? Ray Reed. Linked up with him a few times. He tossed me the gig one time to come out and do a Hoodrich Pablo Juan recap. They had a
Oh,
show
yeah.
with Cervantes.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
So he like, it's cool, yeah. Even people I don't work with or haven't personally worked with yet, like Ray, like they know about me and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
connected, and so through mutual people, toss work and stuff
Oh,
each
yeah.
other's ways, yeah.
And I see that you're really focused on music videos, but you just talked about that recap. What makes you so focused into like music videos in specific, and do you plan on doing like recaps and stuff like that too? Like, what is kind of your plan with that?
So that's
stuff?
less of a business approach mentally, and it's just straight passion. Like that's what I love is music.
Okay.
And so because like I told you before, I kind of been shooting videos, editing, design and stuff my whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
Since I was like 8 years old, 10 years old, barely even knew how to use a computer. And so when like I developed my passion for music and just love for music as growing up, that's kind of when it clicked for me, when that friend of mine asked me in high school, he was like, "You want to shoot a music video?"
Yeah.
And I'll have to say it probably didn't click till we shot it, put it out. You sort of start getting the feedback from your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I wasn't in the industry at the time. I was just a high school kid. And so like, even though it's whack, the video sucks.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You get support from your friends
Exactly.
Yeah.
and from the artist and from his friends. And so it's super cool. And I think just that reaction and kind of everything surrounding that sparked like a passion for it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And going about it business-wise.
Without seeing any potential in business or money. I didn't even see it as a career, dude, till I was like
That's crazy.
almost the end of being 19. So it was like 2015.
So is that kind of when that love like really kicked in? And you were just like, wow, like, I love this shit.
Yeah. To answer that, like, I feel like I've fallen in love with my craft so many times. That sound like weird, like, but there's a lot of ups and downs with this that come with it, you know?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And so, like, the very first time I fell in love with it, like, you know, I fell in love with it as a passion and for a craft. And then, okay, here's an example. 2015, I went to Vegas. I was working in close with this manager in Atlanta. Shout out Jesse James, one of my OGs. He put me on a lot of clients and stuff, introduced me to a lot, and then on top of that, put me on to a lot of knowledge in the music industry. And so basically, he got me this gig in Vegas. I was 20 years old, and he hits me up. Jesse calls me, he's like, "Hey, I have 2 music videos for you to do in Vegas next week. $3 grand, 2 music videos." And I'm like, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that would be like another sort of like step of falling in love with it.
Yeah, yeah.
When you start to see good money, then it's like, okay, not only am I passionate about this, but like, this is something, like this could be something.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many ups and downs, bro. Like, you just like get down in your head about something that happened, but then like something big happens, and you just keep falling more and more in love. And then it's those moments too when you're like, damn, like I'm onto something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt that when I've linked up with any of these big names. I felt that like just when I first started making money selling clothes. When I like when we all started coming up with the Maha Minute.
I mean, you see your homies and you see people trying to do stuff all the time, but not everybody is successful, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that kind of adds to that feeling when you start seeing something happen in results.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. And
But I don't think it's that anybody in particular is like can't do something. Like you can do whatever. It's just not everybody puts their mind to it and
Facts.
has the drive,
Facts.
the work ethic.
And going off that, I totally feel that. I feel like literally anyone can do whatever the fuck they want, but like you said, it's like it takes that certain mentality, it takes that certain like energy for you to really like just put it all in. You know what I'm saying? Like go for it, go for your dreams, go for what you love to do, and genuinely
100%.
Yeah, man. I feel
Okay, so what are your plans for this year, 2K19, and moving forward? You've been doing this about 5 years, you said, professionally, getting paid and stuff like that. So, you know, what are your plans moving forward? What's your goals with this?
Yeah, so 5-6 years in doing this as a craft, and this would be like my 4th year professionally.
Okay.
4th year professionally, able to do it full time.
Yep.
Even then, still like
That's still good as shit.
it's good. Yeah, it's up and down, daily struggle.
Yeah,
But I'm super grateful for sure.
Hell yeah.
definitely.
But no, definitely got some big plans this year. I think a couple of the last years I've just kind of been coasting.
Yep.
Not in a bad way, but just like producing the same stuff, working with kind of the same like-minded people.
Yeah.
Same goals. You know, like let me book this $1,000 music video, and then like book a couple and be busy, and then get comfortable. And so I'm just trying to take my mindset to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm really gonna start growing my YouTube channel more.
Smart. That's where everyone's going.
Yep, I've had a YouTube channel forever, obviously.
Yeah,
like, literally. What was the year YouTube came out? Doing this
Like 06
No,
or
I don't
something?
know.
05. It was like 05 or 06 or
Yeah.
something, bro. So like before 2010 though, at least I was putting
Yeah.
stuff up. I was doing like Call of Duty edits. I'm wondering if anyone who's watching this, probably from my past or
Probably
friends, are gonna know. But yeah, that's where it all started, dude. Like
Oh,
my
yeah.
editing, actually, that's where that started. And then probably committed to like me being terrible in school,
Yeah.
grades and shit. But I was building myself. I was building my passions. I was building my interests.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel that.
I couldn't have seen it from that perspective then because I would get probably just the shame from my family, parents,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. Just anyone who thought I wasn't using my time the best or putting it towards school, obviously.
Yeah.
But even though I wasn't conscious of it then, I still knew. I was like, I'm I'm doing is right because like it feels right to me.
Yeah.
Like those were my passions, you know. Like I
Definitely.
feel like too many people at that age, if you want to say like 14,
Yeah.
you're either trying to like fit a mold or trying to impress other people and do this and that. And so
I feel that.
yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of myself as like
Yeah.
a child and teenager for that because I always stuck to myself. I wasn't worried about other people, and like I got
Yeah.
picked on and shit in high school. I wasn't worried about it.
And I think that's a big point of this too. Is like you really gotta not give a fuck what anyone else says.
But you step into like the entertainment world and the industry, and it's raw, and it's like people aren't worried about you. They don't care about you when they're saying something or critiquing something. They're, you know what I mean? They're bashing whatever it is you're doing, you're putting out there. So, but like with that same mentality, like it doesn't have to be, or you don't have to receive that negatively. But it's not strength. It's like resilience. Basically, just like having that wall to where people's shit can't get to you personally.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not ignoring or tuning out people. Because there's people that do that too. You know, there's people that just avoid situations and people. I know people in the industry that don't go out and network. And then like wonder why their business isn't growing. Their clientele base.
They're not marketing.
Yeah, it's like you're not meeting new people.
No.
You have the same clients for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I totally feel that because like once you are, you know, putting yourself out there, you're walking out on that thin line. You know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna hate, you know, people are gonna love too. But I feel like honestly, I feel like hate and love is almost the same thing in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe not like
No, I get you. Like
right
so
there,
like,
but I feel like if someone cares enough,
let me go off of that.
Yeah.
I'll carry that thought. If you're like spiritually, I hate the term because culture is like done shit to it, but if you're spiritually woke, still like a real term. Like if you're aware to the world and to your surroundings, you're in tune with yourself and the world. Like then, you know, when you're in that position, you should be able to receive it differently. So kind of like what you're saying, it's like they're hating, but no, at the end of the day, like they're projecting something from inside them. So it's either like it could have to do with you, or it could have nothing to do with you. If it did, it could be like, you know, he's hating because he envies my success, or he actually sees like me doing something with myself. Or it could completely be unrelated to you, which most of the time with people it is. That's not even an industry thing, that's just people.
Especially online.
Especially in 2019.
And,
And what I mean by that is like it doesn't have to be tied to you, because someone can feel so low and so shitty about themselves and be so down on themselves in their life that they feel like they can't sit there and watch your video and see you do good or put something good out and be successful without them having to put their input in and say, look, well, basically they're not saying this, but it translates to, oh, you making me feel some type of way about something. That's what it is, you know. And so people are just, in general, like in a general sense with society, I think 90% of people are not comfortable with themselves, and so they let shit get to them. You know, like I'm almost 24 now, so I'm at the point that shit just bounces off of me. Like, there's some shit that gets to me, like, but if it does, it's because it's something of substance or someone of value saying something to me that's actually critical or critiquing. So
I feel like as you're growing, like less and less shit gets to you, and you just get to that point.
It's not about age though. It's like you have to grow as a person.
Definitely, I agree with that.
it could be whatever age. You just gotta. It's when you realize at that point, like I gotta grow. You basically make that decision yourself.
I know some of the maturest people that aren't even 21. And then I have friends myself that are like 28, 29. They're not mature at all. So you know, it's about character and personality, not time or age.
Okay, so going back to kind of your goals this year and what you're trying to do with this in the future and where you're kind of trying to go with this, what are you looking to post, you know, on YouTube? What's some content going to be coming? Marketing, any of that, Instagram, any of that stuff you want to speak about?
Definitely. So, you know, like I said, I've been doing this 6 years now. And as far as a clientele base and actually artists I work with and getting paid and like it as a job, that's been working out. And it's a constant thing, uphill, but now that that's a little more coasting and I've got my quality sort of established and then myself as a brand more out there, I do want to focus on getting my IG content, my Instagram content out there more. And by that I mean personal content that is not a music video shot for an artist. So whether that be me going up to the mountains and snowboarding one day, but I just record a couple interjecting seconds of my day and then cut it up into a 15-second story. I've been big on that stuff lately, and even then, like, I'll make it full, I'll go into my editing system, I'll make it full frame to look good on the story, I'll take all this time to edit together 15-second stories that disappear in 24 hours. And I actually think more people should do that. Other videographers will create these great music videos. They'll send them to their artist. The artist will just post it on their story as like the square in the full frame of the phone. So like, you know, it's whatever. Most people don't think twice about that. When you're at my level, you're just trying to make everything look great.
Yeah.
And it's all about filling out the whole frame and then posting contests, or actually I haven't done contests in a while, but there's a pretty big thing I want to do right now, which is kind of hosting like private editing lessons for people. Yeah, and so this is great for any of the upcoming videographers, editors, even photographers, because I know how to edit photography. I did photography for years. Something people don't know about me. I just stopped doing it. I don't have a passion for it. It's just something I can do. But basically, I want to teach editing to people. We'll set something up to get on a Skype session. And what that enables is us to sit there on video call face to face. I walk them through it. But then Skype has a screen sharing feature too. So what the person can do is we can right click, share our screens, and I'm watching them edit in their editing system, while at the same time I would most likely have it pulled up on my computer too. I really wouldn't need to, because I've memorized the Premiere Pro and After Effects. I've like mastered those programs. I've been editing for over 10 years now. So, but the big thing with that is I want to pass on my knowledge, and I want other videographers and editors to learn what I know. But then the real reason is I want them to learn the right way. I want them to learn in depth. Like, because over my 10 years of doing this, I learned all my effects, all my editing off tutorials, like other YouTuber stuff, and which is great, and it's very hands-on and free. And like I used to talk people up about that all the time, like, oh, it's free, take advantage, it's the best way to do it. Still is. But it's like, in the position I'm in, why not offer more?
And I've thought about the same thing with real estate, with like anything. So I feel that.
You see where I'm going with that? Is like in a 2 to 3 hour Skype session, I'm guaranteeing any upcoming editors out there that I'll have you knowing more about the editing system itself, the program, and any effect you want to do. Literally any effect.
And it's personal.
In a couple hours, it's personal.
Yeah,
so like you can really, like, it's much faster rather than going and clicking and watching a video.
Like when I was 15 to 18, that's kind of the time I started learning more serious editing and stuff, like 3D animation and all that. That's different. Like that's different. That's the kind of stuff that you have to spend the whole weekend, hours and hours, sitting there watching someone. For certain things and certain parts of editing, you do need to spend a lot of trial and error on your own, watching tutorials, you know, or just doing it hands-on. That's how I learned a lot of After Effects and 3D animation. But for the basic editing, putting this out there for all upcoming videographers and editors, and it's not even just Denver, because it's on the computer and Skype. I can do this remotely. I can offer this as a service, and I just want to help people learn faster and better. I want you to be able to get off that Skype call and actually know how to do the effect, know how to edit. You don't have to call me again, and you also don't have to pull up a link. And the big thing for that I learned over the years is that when you have bigger clients, more important clients, in the commercial industry and stuff too, you don't always have the time for that. Sometimes you gotta turn stuff around the same day or the next day, and like you need to know how to do that already. So
Going off like some of those bigger clients, let's go back to Atlanta. Who else have you worked with besides Migos and Skipper?
Yeah, so actually the homie Jacob Lattimore, you familiar with? Yeah, so he's in a lot more movies now. In like that movie Maze Runner, he was in that series. He's in a TV show called The Chi, I think, about Chicago. So yeah, he's in the film industry now. But when I started out in 2014, before I'd even done major music videos, one of the first major artist things I did was going on tour with him, with Jacob Lattimore, which is really cool. I think I was at a show in Atlanta, and like, oh wow, this was like probably when I was in high school actually. But just either way, like it was a random way I met him at a show. We stayed connected through another person, through Jacquees actually, I think, which he's huge now as an artist too. So I remember like literally like New Year's Eve, 2012. I was a junior in high school, maybe my senior year. Don't quote me on that. But I was like at a New Year's Eve party, ringing it in with Jacob Lattimore, Jacquees, Issa. He's another dope artist from Atlanta. I mean, who else was there? This dude was big at the time named Nico. Just like a bunch of people who are huge now, but it's like we were just like young and starting our stuff then. No, like going on tour with him, I learned a lot about the industry. I would have to say, like even more, learn about the industry and business and how to like go about things than about filming. You know, as I was obviously learning about my craft at the time, but like That was the first time I'd been on an arena stage. He'd sold out the arena with Mindless Behavior.
Yeah.
He was on tour with them. So this was like Richmond, Virginia, like a small random ass town, but a packed out arena.
Yeah.
And I'm like walking around, full access to the stage with him, filming, super cool. Getting on flights, being in hotels, just tour stuff. It was super fun. Honestly, developed like a friendship with him. He's definitely a brother for life. Like, Young Scooter. Yeah, that was dope. So a lot of people don't know about that. I was telling him about it, man. Like this music video called Count Jug. I'm probably gonna put it up on the screen for y'all. But
Yep, we got you.
I was shooting this music video called Count Jug for Young Scooter, and Rocco was on the feature. 2014, summer 2014. And basically, I was like the only person on set that fit the look of. Alright, the only white person on set. I was trying to avoid it.
Yeah, you're good.
But not even in like a racial whatever way. Like
Yeah.
it was just reality. I was the only person that fit that look to play an undercover cop. So we had an undercover Atlanta cop car because that's easily accessible down there. Atlanta's such a big film industry now, or film city.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was funny. Pulling up on Young Scooter and Rocco, like as an undercover cop. Yeah, it was a good experience. True. And that was actually brought about the same way as the Migos situation. Working under another director.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Don of Englewood Visuals. He went by One Take Don at the time, but
Oh yeah.
he presented that opportunity. So during that year as well, actually, end of 2014, sort of fall, because of Don of Englewood, I got the chance to be on VH1 and stuff. Like we were shooting music videos for this artist who was a nephew of Stevie J. And if you know Stevie J and Jocelyn,
Stevie J.
Stevie J and Jocelyn have their Love and Hip Hop, or they had their show on VH1 and stuff.
Yeah.
We were shooting a music video for Scrap de Leon, was his name, outside of their house, Stevie J's house, and VH1 showed up that day, actually filmed us while we were filming their music video. And so I never saw it. I don't know if we made it on air, but they filmed us, reality show of us filming a music video, which is cool. So just a lot of industry connects through Atlanta early years.
I'm sure that's out there somewhere.
So what is one piece of advice you have for videographers in specific?
Specifically to videographers for sure, but this definitely just goes for anybody.
Entrepreneur.
In an entertainment industry, as a creative entrepreneur, anything. And that one piece of advice is like, whatever you create best, stick with that. If you are going long term for whatever you're doing, and you're going for like a lifelong career, as you should, then there's a few things I'll say. Like in the first year of doing it, no matter how hard you work, you should at least have an idea logically and be able to like analyze the situation. Like, is this working for me? Can this be a real thing? My biggest piece of advice on that is like, stay true to yourself and what you create. Because if you have a long-term game in this, if you have a positions game, like that cosign, he said this, she said that, it doesn't matter. You know, like I've burned bridges, I've had fallings out with people, like I've met huge famous people, this and that. Best example, be brief, I went to Barbados in 2016 in February, which is like the off season, it's not the best business. And I still got opportunity to go to Barbados to be a PA and a DP, director of photography, on commercial and music video sets for a week. I thought my life was gonna change after that. I thought I made it, but nope. Like years of ups and downs come, and like. So you know, it's just like, stay true to what you do best, yourself, your thoughts, your ideas, and don't run your game, your business, or your craft, your brand, all that, with someone else in mind. You know, like. Stay true to you the whole way, because when you get to the end or the top of your game, when you're in the industry, when you're established, you want to have control. Like, you want to be a creative in control. That's the biggest thing. So you just you don't like it's about you at the end of the day. You know?
I feel that. Shout out Positive Vibes for letting us come through. Definitely #1 pipe shop in Englewood, Denver.
Yes, sir.
Come get your pipes. Come get everything.
Shout out Mile High Minute Media, yo.
Shout out Anderson Flicks for coming through. They're definitely dope, dropping some knowledge on y'all, take some notes, look out for the classes coming, all that.
Hit that like button, comment down below who you want to see next on the Maha Minute. Look out for the website. Also, shout out Napalm and all them. That interview will probably be out by the time this one is.
Go check out that new video too. Check that out. So
Maha Minute, #1 podcast in the universe. We out.
Yo, after
passion.
that,
I love what I do. It's a growing shop full of awesome, happy people. We have a ton of stuff in here, very affordable, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's an awesome place. Come and see us.